Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the News 8 Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great start to your day. All month long, News 8 will be bringing you stories that celebrate Black History Month, and it all comes together this Thursday with our Black History Month special that is premiering at 7 p.m. here on News 8. Here on the Live Desk, though, we'll be speaking with the reporters and anchors who have been covering the stories and bringing us all of the important topics that will be part of that special, but you can also check out some of those stories right now over on our website, woodtv.com. And joining us today is Brittany Flowers, who has had quite a bit to do with this special. Brittany, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, Phil.
And you know, everything, we're just a couple days out from the special. I mean, how's it really going? How's the special kind of looking? All the stuff you guys have been really working on over the past couple of weeks, really.
Yeah, we've been working hard to share stories in the African American community here in West Michigan. There's a lot of really interesting stories. We actually just got done taping this special about 30 minutes ago. That'll air Thursday. So I got to see everything that's in it, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. We have some really great stories that we're hoping that people will tune in to see.
Definitely. And again, that's happening this Thursday at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune into that, and I'm sure we're going to have a full replay over on our website, but you want to see it live, I'm sure. Brittany, like I said, you've done quite a bit of content gathering, I guess, for us, telling stories, a lot of interesting stories that are going to be part of this special and that people can also check out online right now. One thing in particular, you took a trip to Lady Love Barbershop, an institution really here in Grand Rapids. What was that experience like, and really being inside a part of Grand Rapids history?
Yeah, I took a trip like 5 minutes down the road over on Wealthy Street. There's a barbershop. It's been there since 1972, so a really long time. And if you know the Wealthy Street corridor, you know that a lot of businesses come and go from there. So to have something that's been standing for more than 5 decades is pretty incredible. Just James Price. So it's Lady Love by James Price. He's the barber. He is an awesome guy. He before he was 10, he started cutting hair, just driving around, giving people haircuts. And, you know, he worked for House of Styles, which was located where his barbershop is now. He worked for them for 14 years until he bought the building. And he's just been cutting people's hair, lining people up, making people look good for the past 53 years. And he's just incredibly passionate about the work that he does. And this has kind of become a home to him. But then I talked to a couple of clients who said that this has kind of become a home to them as well. Barbershops are incredibly important in the Black community. There's not as many options for African Americans to go get their hair done. They need certain things done to their hair that they can't get everywhere. So this has become a home, kind of, in a way, to so many people in this community.
Like I said, a real institution, a real piece of history in Grand Rapids. Brittany, you also spoke with a woman who has spent years and years researching the Green Book, which obviously helped Black Americans travel across the United States. A movie was made about the Green Book. What was that like, kind of seeing this other side of the Green Book history, especially seeing a lot of West Michigan sites in those books as well?
Yeah, this was so interesting to me because I had some conversations with people about, you know, while I was putting this story together, like, hey, have you heard of the Green Book? Do you know what it is? And they said, oh, like the movie. So it is funny that so many people know about what this book is. But yeah, if you're not familiar, this was a book. It was published from 1936 to 1966. And essentially it listed just safe places for African Americans to go because travel wasn't that easy. You know, during the Jim Crow era, there was a lot of uncomfortable and potentially dangerous situations that Black people were put in often. So this book essentially listed, it changed throughout the years, but it essentially listed places where Black folks could go if they were traveling, and they knew they'd be safe and accepted in these places. They included tourist homes. You see one of those tourist homes on your screen there now. There were also barbershops, restaurants, all the hotels, beaches, all sorts of different places where people could go. And Christine Byron, she's kind of somewhat of a local historian specifically of Michigan tourism. She has studied a lot of these sites to see which ones are still standing. She has photographs of almost half of them, and there were about 250 in Michigan in total. So it was just so interesting to see. Grand Rapids had 2 sites. And that doesn't mean there were only 2 sites that accepted African Americans, but there were 2 that chose to be listed in the Green Book. Both have long since been demolished, but we stopped by 2 of the tourist homes in Battle Creek, and then this one here in Three Rivers. And it was just really interesting to see which ones are still standing, which ones have been demolished. talk to the people who are living in some of the homes to see if they even know about the history of their home. So it's a very interesting story to put together for me.
Right, absolutely. And of course, I want to remind everybody one more time that these stories are already up on our website. If you head on over to woodtv.com, go under the news tab, you'll find our Black History Month coverage, all of it from not just us here at News 8, but from other Nexstar stations as well. There's a lot of content to take in before that Thursday special. Brittany, one other thing that you've been doing all month long, and I really love it. I think it's one of the more important and really crucial parts of this whole special is that you've been doing your elder stories. Every week you've sat down with Black elders in the community to hear their stories, get their perspective on life. What has that been? And really, what has been the biggest thing you've taken away from those conversations, speaking with those who have experienced so much here in West Michigan?
Yeah, this has been so great for me. I mean, you think about your grandparents and you want to talk to them as much as you can and get as much history and perspective because, you know, there's people who've lived decades of life and they have so much wisdom and knowledge and experience. And so it's been really fun for me. I got to sit down with Katie Eason, she's a beloved crossing guard in the Grand Rapids area, crossed children at Wealthy and Henry for 50 years. And, you know, she's seen a lot in the community as well. Her brother is incredibly accomplished and she came from a difficult upbringing, and people told her she would never amount to anything, and she proved them wrong. Her brother proved them wrong as well. It was just really cool to hear her perspective and hear her advice to future generations in terms of what they should remember, you know, and what they should keep in mind, and basically not to let anyone tell you that you can't do something because you can do pretty much whatever you set your mind to, and that was kind of her message. So I love talking to these people. You know, they were around. One of the women I spoke with, she remembers she was friends with Grand Rapids' first Black mayor, Lyman Parks. She was friends with his daughter, and she remembers when he ran for mayor, and she was like, he's not going to be mayor, there's no way, and he did. And so just to talk to them and hear what they think about West Michigan and just the strides that we've made as a nation and as, you know, a community, it's really cool to hear from them about those things.
And the conversations themselves always seem like, you know, really inspiring, and it seems like you two, whoever you sat down with, really just get a lot out of it and also have a little bit of fun along the way as well.
We do, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, Brittany, thank you so much for stopping by. I do want to remind everybody one last time that our Black History Month special is airing this Thursday at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that, and of course you can find all of our extensive Black History Month coverage right now over on our website, woodtv.com. Brittany, one last time, thank you so much for stopping by today. It was great seeing you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Phil.
Of course. I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.